Industrials. You've got a few picks in that space.
Yes, the industrial area on a global scale is seeing some recovery, but within industrials I think you see a lot of changes, really as technology starts to become more involved. So if you think of something like automotive, you have automotive demand in Europe, which is recovering slowly but still pretty depressed. It's quite good in the United States and obviously growing in the emerging markets. So numbers of cars net are going up on a worldwide basis. That's a decent starting point for discussion. But as you start to put more things into these cars, particularly things like sensors and controls, then you're starting to see added value. And we're talking about sort of autonomous driving cars now, where they're adding a lot of value. So if you can find the companies that sell into that, not only do you see demand for each car going up on an annual basis, but you actually see the amount of content per car going up. Once you do that, you start to see a solid earnings picture. And what we're trying to do in all of our investments is, can we look out just beyond the next 12 months? Are we ahead of tomorrow? In that respect, can we see out 5 years? And with regard to things like content, it's very unlikely that we're going to see a step back in this. These are incredibly clever things these days, really computers with wheels as opposed to the other way around.
It's a mixed bag, though, in this space, isn't it? I mean, Sensata, Nidec, and Ashtead Group, which is, I mean, more construction services.
Right. So within our portfolio, we don't do so much from a sort of, if you like, cyclical basis, and we're trying to look through that. Ashtead is a slight exception. Ashtead obviously playing into the construction market, construction equipment predominantly on a rentals basis in North America. What we like with Ashtead, though, is that market is growing. You're seeing recovery. It's all US economic growth and dollar earnings translated back into sterling, so you get both a transaction and a translation benefit. But more importantly, that is a very fragmented industry, which they are increasingly taking a number of players out, so they're consolidating in what is actually a pretty strong market from a demand perspective. So another part of the portfolio, not usually where we go, but interesting.